school board president says that it's not a good use of staff time to engage with parents during meetings of the special ed and parent engagement committees. I wonder how much staff time was spent setting up this propaganda session from the failed education, quote, reform movement. How much money that could have been spent on student materials was spent on the speaker for item 2, who one article says charges $5,000 per day. This is a speaker whom a board member from Salt Lake City described as engaging in bullying behavior during his speech. Why are we looking to Texas for an example of good governance practices? Do we expect a state government that allowed its citizens to freeze to death has policies that were any better for educating students? This is the same government that allowed organizations that operated internment camps for refugees to children to also run charter school programs. Deregulation and privatization does not serve the public's interests. If you really want to improve governance in the school district, stop taking orders from Eli Broad and the Waltons and start listening to parents. You have 2 retired educators on the school board who can tell you from personal experience what our classrooms need if we are serious about improving student outcomes. You have a board member who has not only served as a classroom teacher, but was then elected by her community to the school board, city council, and state assembly. Charter school industry spending has regulated them to the minority, but they are still here and have a lifetime experience that could serve you well. You just have to listen. If you want to improve educational outcomes, stop treating teachers like they are adversaries. It should not have taken a teacher strike to lower class sizes, get a nurse on every school, and open up all high school libraries. Yet it did. And we must never forget that Nick Melvoin used the time leading up to that strike, slamming our children's teachers and saying they would go out for a couple of days and get it out of their systems. Now he is doing the same roadshow, blaming teachers for our schools not being physically open. This isn't constructive. Our teachers are on the ground. They know what it is like to work in our schools. You should be listening to them, not treating them like the enemy. You should have them at this meeting to tell you what they need instead of a corporate shill from Texas.